Hello everyone. Today we are going to derive the expression for the wavelength of the de Broglie or the matter wave. For that, according to de Broglie's hypothesis, if suppose this is a particle giving mass m and when it is moves with velocity, some velocity that is v, then the wave is associated with it. Then it is found that here de Broglie's hypothesis, the wave is associated with it. Here. So when the particle is in motion, particle of some mass is in motion, then the wave is associated with it, and this wave is known as de Broglie's wave or the matter wave. This is known as the matter wave or the de Broglie's wave. Here, matter wave. As far as any wave is concerned, then there will be expression for the de Broglie's wavelength or the matter wavelength of the matter wave. To derive that here, the first of all, de Broglie used the two principles, general equation of progressive wave, and the other is the principle or the transformational equations of the relativity. So to derive that equation, we will first of all consider the wave in the vicinity of the particle. So suppose this is the particle, and in the vicinity of the particle we will consider this wave. We will consider this wave like this. Suppose here the quantity which characterizes this wave is known as the wave function, that is the psi. The quantity which undergoes the periodic changes and which is responsible for this de Broglie's wave or the matter wave is called as the wave function. The value of wave function at any instant t0, if suppose, so to calculate here, you have to derive the expression for the de Broglie's wave or the matter wave. Consider a wave here, consider a wave in this space, consider the wave in this space or in the vicinity of the particle, and at time t0 here, at time t0 and at point x0, suppose at point x0, y0 and z0, at this point here, at any point, suppose this is, we have considered this point, and at instant t0, at point x0, y0, z0, the value of this wave function is equal to, we can write as some amplitude, that is psi 0 sine of 2 pi into frequency of wave, that is mu0 into t0. So this is the equation number 1. So what we are getting equation 1? Equation 1 represents the wave function that characterizes this wave, and we can return at any instant, at instant t0 and at point x0, y0, z0, we can write this equation. Where psi 0 is nothing but here the amplitude of the wave at the point chosen, x0, y0, z0, this is point chosen, where psi 0 is the amplitude at this point here, and mu 0 is nothing but the frequency. As far as wave is concerned, this wave has the frequency, that is mu 0, suppose frequency. So frequency observed by the observer at rest with respect to particle. So what is this? P0 is nothing but the frequency of the wave as observed by the observer with respect to particle here. Now suppose the particle has given a velocity v. If suppose this is the particle, now it is given a velocity v. What will happen is that here the state of the wave function changes. Here under this new condition, the state of the wave function or the wave changes, state of the wave changes, and this change in state of wave function means the psi varies. Here we will see this is the wave function for this situation, and when the particle is given a velocity v, here m suppose mass, and it is given a velocity m is nothing but what here moving mass of the particle suppose, then the state of this wave changes. It means there is variation in the psi. State changes means there is a variation in the psi, and that can be accounted, that can be accountable with the help of the time, with the help of what here, the time. So here when the particle is moving, the state of wave changes, it means there is variation in the psi, and to represent the variation of the wave function, and that can be accountable in terms of the time. So now by using the principle or the transformational equation of the relativity, we can relate this time and this initial time t0 through this equation, that is t0 is equal to t minus px. So particle is traveling along the x direction, along this is x direction, then this x comes out to be px divided by c square, px divided by c square, and whole divided by 1 minus p square divided by c square. Here c is velocity of the light, p is the velocity with which this particle is moving, and x is nothing but that direction, that is positive direction. So this is the equation number 2c. So we are getting this is the equation number 2. Now by putting the value of t0 here, we are getting when the particle is moving, then whatever the variation in the psi can be accountable by putting this equation, by putting the value of t0 from to here, the wave function psi will be equal to, this will be equal to the psi 0 sine of 2 pi mu 0 as it is here. Then we have to substitute this value of t0, that is t minus px divided by c square, px divided by c square, and whole divided by here the 1 minus p square divided by c square, v square divided by c square. So this is the equation under this new condition. When particle is moving, then this here this wave function is satisfied. So suppose this is the equation number 3c. Now we recall the general equation of the progressive wave. So general equation is given by the formula y is equal to certain amplitude into sine of 2 pi by t, 2 pi by t into bracket t minus, here t minus x divided by dv. So this is the equation number 4c. So what is equation 4? In equation 4, A is amplitude of the wave, general wave. If we can consider this is the general wave, then the equation of this wave can be represented by this, where A is nothing but the amplitude of the wave. This is the A, while it is traveling along positive x direction here. Then, and this is nothing but y. This is nothing but what here, y. And this equation used. T is nothing but time period of the wave. Time period of the wave. Phi is nothing but here the velocity of the wave. Now, by comparing the equations 3 and 4, by comparing the equations 3 and 4, we get here. So what we get? So first of all, we will compare this equation. First of all, we will take the coefficient of x. Here the coefficient of x is nothing but, here coefficient of x 1 upon Vp. So coefficient of x is 1 upon Vp. 1 upon Vp, it is equal to, so in this V by C square, here is nothing but what here, V divided by C square. So rearranging this equation, we are getting, so rearrange this equation, what we are getting is Vp is equal to, Vp is equal to c square divided by v. So taking the reciprocal of above equation, we are getting this equation. Here this is coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. So by comparing equation 3 and 4, here the coefficient of x is this, so we are getting Vp equal to like this, and this equation gives the velocity of the fluid. It is gives the velocity of matter. Velocity of what here? The matter. So it is the velocity of the matter. And by comparing the coefficient of here, the twice phi. Here comparing the coefficient of twice pi, here is nothing but 1 upon t is the coefficient. So here the 1 upon t is the coefficient. So 1 upon t is equal to, so in this case here the coefficient of the twice pi is equal to mu 0 divided by, here the mu 0 divided by 1 minus phi square divided by c square under square root. So we are getting, this is the coefficient of p twice pi. So coefficient of the 2 pi. So this is the equation, coefficient of the 2 pi. Here the coefficient of x, here you are getting this equation. So suppose this is the equation number next, that is equation number 5 say, this is 5. This is equation number 6 say, this is the equation number 6 here. Now according to Planck's quantum theory, the energy of the particle, if suppose m0 is equal to m0, here is nothing but m0 is the mass of the particle, rest mass of the particle m0 here, then according to the energy of the particle is given by the two laws. Energy of the particle, rest energy is given by m0 h mu. It is equal to what here? H into mu into 0, where mu is equal to frequency here, starting point. Then, and also the energy of the particle is given by, this is according to quantum theory, Planck's quantum theory. From Planck quantum theory, the energy of particle is given by this equation. Again, from Einstein's mass energy relation, we are getting the energy E is equal to m0 c square. m0 c square here from Einstein's theory. Einstein's mass energy relation. Einstein's mass energy relation. Mass energy relation. Mass energy relation. So we are getting like these equations. Now combining these two laws. We are getting h mu 0 is equal to m0 c square. m0 c square. So from this equation we are getting mu 0 is equal to m0 c square divided by the Planck's constant. This is h here. So like this we are getting, and in this equation also, and this is 1 upon t, and this comes out to be equal to frequency of the wave. So this is, and mu is equal to coefficient, this comes out to be what here? 1 upon t is equal to mu here. Now by putting this equation, mu 0 is equal to, we will put the value of mu 0 from this equation here. We are getting the frequency mu is equal to formula. It becomes this mu is equal to here mu 0 is equal to m0 c square. m0 c square, this divided by h into square root of 1 minus c square divided by c square. So what we are getting, by putting the value of v0 here in equation 6, we are getting that equation, and that equation is equal to, what is this value? m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square is to be the mass of moving particle in terms of mass of rest particle. So mc square we are getting here, divided by h, where the m0 is equal to, what here? M is equal to moving mass is equal to rest mass divided by, according to, this is also according to theory of relativity, 1 minus v square divided by this square. So we are getting this equation. So by putting this, we are getting this equation. This is the expression for the frequency of wave. So this equation determines here the frequency of de Broglie wave. This is the frequency of matter wave. Matter wave. This is frequency of the matter here. Now we will immediately determine the velocity of the wavelength of the de Broglie wave. So wavelength is equal to what here? The wavelength is given by lambda is equal to velocity of the wave. Velocity of wave divided by the frequency of wave. Divided by frequency. So this comes out to be, this is equal to, the velocity of wave is given by equation 5, that is a square by v here. So here is nothing but Vp divided by mu. So this comes out to be equal to, Vp is nothing but c square by v. Here is c square divided by v, and the frequency is nothing but mc square by h. Here is mc square divided by h. Then c square get cancels, and lambda comes out to be equal to h upon dm. Or this comes out to be mass into velocity, product of these two quantities gives rise to momentum of the particle, and therefore this is h upon p. So this is the expression for wavelength of de Broglie's wave. So from this equation it is seen that the wavelength of the de Broglie's wave or the matter wave is equal to the ratio of Planck's constant to the momentum of the particle. This equation is also called as the de Broglie's relation. It is also called as the de Broglie's relation. De Broglie's relation. It is also called as de Broglie's relation. This is same fundamental equation in quantum mechanics in the same sense that these equations, this is the fundamental equation in quantum theory, this is the Einstein's mass energy relation. In the same way, this is the fundamental de Broglie's relation, which gives when the material particle is in motion, wave is associated with it, whose wavelength is given by this equation or is equal to the ratio of Planck's constant to the momentum of the particle. Okay, thank you.